Hi, Evelyn Grace. And I'm starting this YouTube video channel, and I'm dedicating it to women everywhere who might be in their 40s, 50s, or 60s, single moms, gone through a divorce, and starting over, basically. And I hope in the next weeks, months, and years to come that I give you value, that you find pieces that are missing in your life. One of my mentors always told me that every person you meet has a piece of you to give to you to make you a more complete person. And you have something to give them to make them a more complete person. So I hope that I contribute in the weeks and months and years to come to helping complete you, giving you pieces along the way. I don't have all the answers, but I have a lot of answers and I have a lot of resources. So, a little bit about me, and I will share some of my story as we go along in the weeks to come, months to come. But I was married for 27 years to a wonderful man. I have two beautiful children, both in their early 30s, and my daughter just gave me my first beautiful grandson, Bodie, and I couldn't be happier. But I will tell you, after 27 years of marriage, I got divorced, and it was not by my choice. And that was tough. It was tough. It was tough on all fronts, emotionally, financially. I felt, about my self esteem. It really was just about this big. Um, but that was 15 years ago. And along my journey, I've had a couple of instances where I went, ha ha, this is not so bad. So when I first separated from my husband, it took me 4 years to get divorced, and that's a whole nother story in itself. But I was with my girlfriends at the golf course. I had picked up golf later in life, and we all had maybe not played so well, so we went over to the chipping green and we were chatting and chipping and chatting and chipping, and one by one they all had to leave for different reasons. Oh, I got to go pick up the kids. Oh, I got to go make dinner for, my husband. Oh, I got to go do this. And at that point I went, oh my God, I don't have to go anywhere. My kids are both in college, and I don't have a husband I have to go home to and cook for. So I literally could stay until it got dark practicing my chipping if I so desired. That was one. There was one other time I was at a conference in Colorado Springs, and I was got up in the morning and I opened my curtain to the most spectacular blue sky day, snow-capped Colorado mountains in the background. And at that moment, I went, this is an opportunity for me to completely wipe the chalkboard clean my slate, and start over. I could become and do whatever I wanted. And over the years, I have been through, like everybody else, I've had, peaks and valleys throughout your life. And I always think of the valleys, those hard times in my life, like when I got divorced, as rest stops on the highway. We're supposed supposed to only be there for a few minutes. Go in and use the bathroom, but then get on your way, get back on the interstate and go. But the rest of the time, we're climbing up to the peak where the view is spectacular. And my belief is that if you don't experience the valleys, the lows of your life, you'll never appreciate the view when you get to that peak. Do you hear me? Do you agree with that? I so love mountains. I've lived in the mountains most of my life. At the moment, am not. I'm living on the beach. But I love the mountains. I love the view. And it's funny because my condo, I live on the 4th floor, and I have the highest view, and it's spectacular. But so I'm going to end this, but my vision is to give you insight and things that you probably are experiencing or have experienced. I know for me, one of the biggest things was at almost 50 years old, I saw my retirement cut in half. And at 50 years old, when I had pretty much been a stay-at-home mom and worked always part-time out of the home, I had a number of businesses. I had a telecommunications company in the state of Vermont that I eventually sold to Nextel Communications. I managed our real estate rental properties. Yes, I did help my husband with our construction company. I can run a bulldozer, backhoe, excavator, dump truck. Not proficiently, but I can run them. But at 50 years old, I wasn't about to go out and try and run a bulldozer or a backhoe. The opportunities at my age to make an income are not very great. Are you with me? Can you appreciate that? And to see my income. And here's the statistics are that women who get divorced, 40% of us end up below the poverty line. The statistics show that when a woman gets divorced, especially somebody who has not been working full time, they immediately start living off of their assets, where the husband continues to build because they have that income already continuing to come in. So very uneven playing field. But here's the catch. I'm an entrepreneur, and I was for majority of my life. I figured it out. I picked myself up, dusted myself off, and I got myself going. Did I make mistakes? Oh yes, I made a few. Let's just say that. And I ran up some credit card debt. Oh yeah. But I am debt free. I am building my retirement back up, and I've got a system in place that I know is the best one for me. And I think it can help a lot of women who are worried about their financial well-being. And honestly, when you're worried about your finances, it's really hard to focus on your health, your well-being emotionally, all of those things. It's really hard. So getting yourself on solid ground financially, I think, is a big key. But that's for another video. Evelyn Grace, and I hope, my hope is that, number one, you'll subscribe to my channel, and that I will bring you value. And if there's something that you want me to talk about, if you have a question along the way, I will read the comments. So please leave a comment. And if you want to connect with me personally, I suggest that you go to www.evelyngrace, hit the flippingresetbutton.com, because that's what it's all about. Hitting the reset button, and we're creating the best life now by our own design. Thanks. Love you guys. Mwah.